any Valorant at all? Yeah, I streamed it last night. I did okay. I mean, good for me. I'm not good at those kinds of games. I'm okay. Oh yeah, I like it. I like the whole you can't just set up your gear and everything and just go full in. You got to like think about, okay, I only have this much money, so I'm going to get this and this. If I don't die, then I keep it and then I can upgrade to that. Everyone keeps telling me to play CS:GO now because you can get it for free or spend like $10 and get the Prime one where you don't play with hackers. Oh no, I get that. But now cuz a lot of people do not want to install Valorant because apparently the anti-cheat that installs with it is some consider it spyware. No, you're not. You haven't been. No. I unmuted both of us at the same time. Wait. You're not muted, but for some reason it's not picking up your audio. Let's see why. Audio. Nope, it's... Here, let's refresh this. Speak.
Hello, hello, hello.
There you go. I just got to turn you down. For some reason, it set it to the wrong audio channel.
It's interesting. But hello, everybody. Thank you for joining the Tim and Nick show for April 21st, 2020.
Nick, how was your 420?
It was great.
I saw that picture you sent me.
I didn't watch Monday Night Raw. I got blasted out of my skull.
Oh, we know. You tweeted that you weren't.
Oh, yeah, fuck Monday. Fuck WWE. I hate them now. I'm almost like... I'm going to be honest. I really don't want to watch their products anymore. I don't know why. It's just gotten with all the shitty news around them. And
you mean you don't want to watch Money in the Bank on the roof and in
no,
10
I
floor,
would
upscaling 10 floors of the building?
I would actually rather die than watch people wrestle when no one's supposed to be doing anything. Like, I don't know. It almost just feels like a disservice to a lot of people as well. And it just feels weird to me to watch. I haven't been watching a lot of it. I've honestly, thank God you mentioned what you did to me in the DMs today, because it helped me get started on what the fuck I've been meaning to do regarding fucking, matches and shit and wrestling. Is trying to... I'm trying my best to... I don't enjoy WWE, but I don't want my personality to be I hate the WWE, and that's all I talk about. I would rather just not watch it and watch shit that I enjoy and promote shit that I enjoy, which is why I'm excited to start everything with the series, and we're going to mention some matches today. We have that to talk about. You guys can text into the show. We do have something that we would like you guys to be involved in when you guys can. So we're going to look from the text line and the chat in here, 510-906-1341. Taking a look at the chat before we get into today's topic. Steven Beach, I said bitch because I'm in a cussing mood. Beach City Gamer Hut is here. Gregory, Wayne, fucking I cannot talk. Wayne Montgomery, John Jackson, George John Cox, all the usual lovely suspects. Good Lord. Tim, how's your day, man?
My day was all right. Kind of a slow day, to be honest.
I fucked up my toe today.
Doing what?
So I was in the bath. So it's like 6 a.m, right? And I'm half asleep, half awake. And I had to pee, and I stepped on something in the bath. Mind you, my bathroom is tile flooring.
Gotcha.
And it's cold as shit because I left the window open for my shower. And I walk into the bathroom, and something gets stuck to my foot. So I start shaking my foot to get it off, as a normal person would at 6 a.m.
Kick the wall?
I smash my foot into the ground and bent it. And my third toe bruised to hell. I went on a bike ride today because I bought a bike recently. I went on a bike ride and I was like, this is actually fucking painful. I'm in awful amounts of pain.
I thought you were going to say you shook your foot to get it off and your foot was too close to the wall or a cabinet or something and you just kicked it super hard.
I would almost prefer to kick it because then my foot wouldn't hurt this much. But since I hit the tile and it bent and it's now bruised on the toe, it's like any bit of pressure. It's awful. It's god awful. How have you guys been during quarantine? It's been pretty fucking boring. So I want to know what you guys have been up to. Text in what you guys have been doing or talk about it in the chat here. I want to know what you guys have been up to keep insane and maybe give me some ideas to do shit. I bought a bike just so I could kind of bike around my park so I feel a little bit more active because I can't. Every night I'll go for a walk around my neighborhood, listen to some music. I'll smoke outside my house, but other than that, can't really go anywhere, and it's kind of tough. So,
Yeah.
what have you guys been doing? What about you, Tim? What have you been doing? Just kind of same thing as always. You're always kind of working.
To be completely honest, my life hasn't really changed at all because I'm always home working anyways. The only difference is the kids are now home and not going to school. And
How have they been doing?
they've been doing fine. It's just now I have to adjust my work schedule around them because they have to use the computer multiple times a week for their Zoom classes with their teachers.
Oh, goodness.
I'd say use my laptop, but for some reason the microphone doesn't work on the laptop.
Your microphone is a built-in laptop?
Well, my laptop
Your laptop had a built-in microphone?
Well, it's got a built-in webcam, like most newer laptops. But for some reason, even though I've tried to uninstall, reinstall a driver multiple times, it won't detect the microphone on the built-in webcam. So I have to use my computer.
That's tough. At least they get like a great quality microphone with a great angle and a professional mic.
No, their teachers have laughed about it because the first time they jumped on, all the other kids like got these grainy like cell phone or crap tablet videos, and then they're sitting here with the fucking blue Yeti in a big desk chair.
That's so good. That's so.
And
cute.
the teacher's like, "What are you, a radio DJ?"
Oh, that's so cute.
And then they went to their mom's house and used her laptop for one. And I guess the audio was cutting in and out. And my daughter's teacher literally goes, "Maybe you need to go back to your dad's house and use his professional stuff." I was like, wow.
John L says, I'm a senior in high school just trying to figure out how you're going to do graduation. Just don't. Have them mail it to you. Fuck walking the stage. I didn't walk my stage. Too lazy. I went to Sonic Burger with my best friend Darren and my brother.
I doubt they're going to have a graduation.
Yeah.
Get on.
Yeah. That does stink, though. And I hope it does get figured out, man.
Because most schools, they'll be done in about a month and a week or a month and 2 weeks. Because I know when I graduated, it was like the first week of June we were done.
Tim, you've been watching TV?
All the time.
What do you watch? I don't know what kind of shows you watch, man.
I watch a bunch of different things. I watch a lot of Food Network.
Great. What's your favorite Food Network regular show? You know what mine was for the longest time?
What?
It was the one with was it? Oh no! I used to watch it all the Cutthroat Kitchen.
Cutthroat Kitchen with Alton Brown.
It was so good. I love that show to death.
Great show.
Back when I was moved out, I would watch it with the people that lived in the house, and we would just get like rowdy, get high and drunk, and watch and just start screaming and be like,
"Oh, that's a good show to watch when you're high." Because some of the crazy things they have to do on that.
Oh yeah, it's man. They had one where this guy had to make all of his food on a hammock. Like fuck,
I've seen that one.
I can barely sit in a hammock sober, let alone have to cook. That's hard.
Or like,
man, Nicholas says he's been working 6 days a week at his grocery store.
Hey, that's good. At least you're still working.
Yeah, I guess you're still working, but man, stay safe. Love you.
But on Food Network, I like watching Guys Grocery Games or Duff versus Buddy.
Guys, I hate Guy Fieri with a passion.
I like his Guys Grocery Games because they do some crazy challenges on there.
Good lord. What have you guys been watching? Iron Chef America is very good.
Oh, yeah.
I saw someone was watching a completely different show. Oh, Steve's been playing his Switch. I've also been playing my Switch. I just got KK Slider to play at my island today. Got the terraforming tool, and now I can do what I want. Wayne, I saw my 420 was yesterday. It was good, man. I just got real high. Getting real high today. Getting real high every day.
You know what I did watch? I think I talked about this a little bit. I watched the Big Show. You know what? My kids liked it so much, they've watched it twice.
I can't watch shows more than once. There's only one show I've been able to watch more than once, and I've seen every season 4 times.
And
it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I could never get into that show.
It is literally the best show. When they try to beat Wade's Boggs record for amount of beers drinking on a coast-to-coast flight, oh my fucking god. It's the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. They try to drink 80 beers.
Let us know in the chat what shows you like to rewatch. A show that I've rewatched a million times is Boy Meets World.
Good one.
And My Name is Earl. I have seen every episode. Well, Boy Meets World, I've seen every episode countless times. My Name is Earl. I've probably rewatched all 4 seasons at least 5 times. There were supposed to be a season 5, and then NBC said, "Fuck you," because literally season 4 ended with "To be continued." Who's the real kid's dad? It's not Earl. It's not freaking Darnell. Who is it? And then they never came back with the season 5. I was so disappointed in that. But yeah, those are the two shows that I'll always go back and rewatch. But there's a lot of stuff I rewatch. You know, Full House. I've seen probably all of that at least 2 or 3 times.
Wayne coming out here with the Simpsons on Disney Plus.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I started
baby,
rewatching
Tales from the Crypt. I have some
Family
friends
Guy. I
like
started
God,
redoing
I hate that show.
what show?
Family Guy.
Yeah, I never really liked it either.
Simpsons is great though.
I
think
restarted Simpsons on Disney Plus. I'm on like season 10 maybe.
I don't even really watch them in order. I just kind of like turn on a random season of The Simpsons and just play it in the background and let it play from there until
Well, because
it
most of them don't tie into each other, so you don't have to watch in order, which is fine.
exactly. But I will watch like the Treehouse horror ones. I'll watch those.
But what I was doing is like at night when I'm like I got nothing else to do, I'm like kind of tired but not tired enough to go to sleep. I'll just click watch next episode and just let it go until I fall asleep.
It's always fun, man.
So like I'll go click next episode and then I'll realize I missed like 3 because it played while I was sleeping.
I think Family Guy is only funny past like up until the age of like 15. Then you're like,
I liked the
sucks.
Stewie Griffin movie where he like went back in time or whatever, or time traveled, whatever it was. One. But other than that, I couldn't really get into much else of Family Guy.
You know what else is fun to watch? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think wrestling's pretty fun, and I don't think that there is talked about enough what matches you and I enjoy watching, because I think it kind of shows who we are as wrestling fans as well. So Tim today had the very lovely idea, shot me a message, and he asked, come up with a couple of matches that you think people should watch.
I mean, you guys are sitting home in quarantine. Most of you are like, what do I do? I've seen everything on Netflix. I've watched everything on Hulu. HBO Max isn't out yet. I can't watch that new Saved by the Bell on Peacock yet. So why not we tell you some wrestling matches from all different kinds of companies that you should maybe go back and watch and such. Do you have one, Nick? You want to kick it off?
Yeah, I'm going to kick it off with one that I saw today that I'm really, really like. I got reminded of today while scrolling on Twitter, so I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to make this one of them. It's Bryan Danielson versus Kenta from Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Glory by Honor 5 Night 2. That was September 6th, 2006. Great year. I was 7 years old. Had no idea what Ring of Honor was until the age of like probably 17 in high school. That if you really like Daniel Bryan and the shit him and Cesaro were doing, or the shit maybe him and Shinsuke Nakamura were doing,
it wasn't Cesaro back then.
No, I'm saying right now, if you're enjoying
right now, I thought you meant like back in their ROH's days. I was saying,
I know. I'm saying if you're enjoying what they're doing right now, then I highly recommend. Yeah, I highly recommend you check out back when Bryan Danielson was actually could be certified as a fucking lethal weapon. This man could kill. By look at this man do a cattle mutilation. He looks like he's going to actually kill a fucking human being. So I highly recommend checking out Bryan Danielson, because I can't ever get his independent name correct, versus Kenta. Tim, what's yours, man?
So the first match that I wanted to suggest was Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe, TNA Genesis 2006. I mean, Kurt Angle came into TNA, and there was a lot of controversy around that because he had told Vince he wanted out of the company because he wanted to retire. He was done. He wanted to go. His wife said that, he wasn't home enough. He was neglecting them. He also had a pain pill addiction at the time. She wanted him off the road to help himself. And then what happens? A few months later, he shows up in TNA. And his first feud right off the bat with Samoa Joe. And the first thing you see is him and Samoa Joe getting ready to go at it. They got security trying to pull him apart. Headbutt. They're bleeding. And then they have that match at Genesis that's just phenomenal. I mean, there's probably not a better... I mean, there might be matches that are as good as, but I don't think there's anything better in TNA's history than the first Samoa Joe Kurt Angle match at Genesis 2006.
It's a good one. I'm going to break apart, and I'm going to dip a little bit into the 90s, kind of the late 90s. But I'm going to go with some WCW.
Oh.
A little bit of tag action. Eddie Guerrero and Chris Jericho versus Dean Malenko and Booker T. This match just a fucking random throwaway tag was so goddamn fun. And I genuinely think Dean Malenko is probably one of my favorite professional wrestlers, and I think Eddie Guerrero is one of my favorites to watch and kind of just kind of sit back and admire. Like, even if I don't think the match is very good, it's just great watching Eddie work because he's such a good worker in any capacity. And he also gets kicked in the face real hard by Booker at one point, which I would highly recommend checking out. It's a very hard match, too. A lot of, like, reversals into very painful looking counters, a lot of painful strikes and kicks, especially from Booker and Malenko. It's a really, really fun match to watch, really entertaining. I highly recommend checking it out.
So, a match that I'm going to suggest, kind of different than I think both of us would probably think of, but I'm going to go CM Punk versus Raven in the insane dog collar match. If you don't mind a lot of blood and weapons and all that, if you're looking for something on the quote unquote hardcore spectrum, that match was insane from Ring of Honor. I think they just put it up on, yes, they did. I got it right here. They just put this match up on their YouTube as well. So it is available as of last week for everybody to see. It's from the Death Before Dishonor show in 2003. And not only did CM Punk and Raven have a lot of great matches in ROH, but they took this feud all over the world.
They really did.
And the whole basis of this feud played into the CM Punk character, where it was, I'm better than you because I'm straight edge. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any of that bullshit to mess up my body. And I remember they were in, I think it was FWA overseas. I can't remember what country it was. And there's a clip of CM Punk in the like lobby of the building over by concessions, and everyone's like hoarding around him. And he's just yelling at everybody, I'm better than you. You guys over here in line getting your drinks and this and that. And like just watch any of the Raven CM Punk stuff from 2003.
Dog, if you thought Punk was a good heel when he was in WWE,
oh no,
he was a actual piece of human garbage in the independents. He hated you with Dave. Yeah, no, he was a great piece of garbage. He was a piece of shit. Like, I hate you. I am better than you. He's like what MJF wishes he could be.
Right. And I mean, because he would tell the stories like, I don't want to be like, he kind of did this in WWE at one point when he did, I don't want to be an alcoholic like my father and this and that. I don't want to grow up to be like him. But he really took it to another level in ROH and on the indies and overseas and everything, where like he would get in fans' faces and be like, oh, you got a beer in your hand? Why do you need that? You can't be a normal human being without it. I can live my life without it because I know how to be a good human being. You don't without a drink in you. But the match between him, the dog collar match between him and Raven is such a phenomenal hardcore match. Especially for the time. Ring of Honor was only maybe a year or so old because they started in 2002. This match is 2003. Like I said, you can check this match out on the ROH YouTube channel. All the matches that we're going to talk about, we will put in the link in the description of the video here after we finish the live. Mm-hmm. But what do you have next, Nick?
My third and final match is going to be, of course, my favorite wrestler, my favorite person to ever breathe air in front of me. Mr. Orange Cassidy. It's an Orange Cassidy match from Beyond Wrestling. And you can actually find it on their YouTube channel. We'll link it down in the description as well. It's Orange Cassidy versus David Starr. This match is very fun because with how you know Orange Cassidy of being the jokey, funny, haha, this guy, he has the orange juice and his hands are in the pocket and he's really hot. David Starr almost plays the role of all the people that genuinely do not like Orange Cassidy. So if you don't like Orange Cassidy, I think you're going to like this match for how he gets the shit kicked out of him and how David Starr really works with like the emotions, really works with the crowd, and really works with the those kind of moments in pro wrestling. You know, the whole like, you know how the fucking Sean had the like, I love you, I'm sorry, you know, the kind of shit that like that small stuff that seems personal.
Right.
There's a lot of that seems personal in this match that he sneaks in. That's so good. I think it shows also how athletic and how good Orange Cassidy is as a wrestler and how he can almost get away with doing this comedy stuff because he is surprisingly a really good wrestler. He can hold his own in a singles match, and I bet in a tag team he'd be rather unstoppable. I highly recommend you guys check this match out. It's fun. It's entertaining. It has everything you like about Orange Cassidy, everything you like about wrestling. It's kind of the match that I would show any friend, whether they really like wrestling, whether they hate wrestling, whether they like comedy, whether they like serious. This match kind of has both of that, and it works really, really well. And it's athletic as fuck. And David Starr is a great wrestler as well. So I highly recommend check out the match.
Talk about David Starr really fast. You hear the stuff that happened today with WWE and somebody, a quote unquote employee, trying to get the taping shut down with the government.
Yeah, that guy John saying that they're being forced to work.
You see the fan theory on Twitter that it's David Starr?
I did, and I think that's pretty stupid.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Like,
are you freaking kidding me? Also, Wayne Montgomery has a question. He says, what's tonight's Dark Side of the Ring? I believe, don't quote me on this, but I'm 99% sure it's Dino Bravo.
Go quote him on it right now. Quote him. It's
But so I spoke out of turn earlier when I said the Kurt Angle Samoa Joe match from Genesis 2006 was the best match in TNA history. And it's not.
Nah, man.
It's not.
There's that fucking...
You're going to say what I'm about to say?
The Clockwork Orange match.
No. The greatest match in TNA history, which may be the greatest light heavyweight cruiserweight style match you'll ever see, was from Unbreakable 2005. It was AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Christopher Daniels. This match
I wouldn't say the greatest
match in TNA history.
I would need to actually sit and look back and look at
this match. All three men were just spot on. Didn't mess up anything. Didn't botch nothing. Every move they did was fluid, solid. You would have thought that these guys had worked 60,000 matches in a row together and just knew everything the other person was going to do. You could tell that they didn't have to really talk to each other much throughout this match. They just knew what the other person was going to do next. And, I mean, this match was just a masterpiece. It's one of my favorite matches to go back and watch of all time, of any promotion ever, is Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Christopher Daniels from Unbreakable 2005. It was for the X Division Championship, and it was just, holy crap, is this match so good. These three were, at the time, the best light heavyweight, cruiserweight, X Division guys, whatever you want to call the division at the time. In any promotion, whether that was in Japan, whether that was in WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor. And it was also the time when AJ Styles and Samoa Joe were also kind of going back and forth between ROH a little bit as well. I think that same year, Joe and AJ had a great match at Turning Point 2005. The 2005 was a great year for AJ Styles in TNA. I think he also had a good Ultimate X match against P.D. Williams and Chris Sabin, I want to say, a Final Resolution. But yeah, that match, though, between AJ, Daniels, and Joe, just so great. You got Joe doing freaking corkscrews over the top rope to the outside onto Joe, and Daniels, AJ doing freaking shooting stars over the, like, freaking just running, jumping over the top rope, hitting a shooting star. Just phenomenal.
Some good shit.
But
some good wrestling matches.
There's also one other thing I want to suggest to people that's not a match. Have you ever seen Colt Cabana's Roadside Diaries? I think it's what it's called. Ringside Diaries.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Let me see what it's called. Let me get the exact name. It is called... why don't I have it?
Independent Wrestling Diaries or something like that.
Here, let me... Wrestling... Whoops. Wrestling Road Diaries. So he's done, I want to say, 3 or 4 different editions of this. Here, I've got his website up right here. And the best one that he ever did was himself, Daniel Bryan, and Sal Rinauro. And this one was Daniel Bryan, basically his last days on the indies before he went to WWE. They show him in his final indie matches, his final Ring of Honor matches. They show him almost getting rejected by WWE because of his medicals. And it's just so cool to see how these 3 guys traveling, doing indie shows, doing Ring of Honor television tapings, going all around, having to, stay in hotels, having to stay in their car at one point. I mean, it's phenomenal. He's done, I want to say there's 3 different ones. The first one is with Daniel Bryan and his name's like Sal Renaro, I think it is. He also did one with Guitarro and Grado. And then he also did another one with Luke Gallows, and I can't remember who the other person was with them. But if you can go and find those are great to watch.
Those are pretty good bangers, I'm going to be honest with you.
And Daniel Bryan also shows you that he knows how to sneeze with his eyes wide open. You know how most people sneeze and they blink?
Yeah, it's fucking horrifying.
Daniel Bryan can sneeze and not blink and just keep his eyes wide open, just chew. And his eyes don't blink or nothing.
If you cannot sneeze with your eyes open, you have to subscribe to the channel. That's just a fact. I'm sorry. Good Lord. Check out those matches, guys. We're going to put them all in the description, or all that we can. For ones that we don't, just Google search them. You'll fucking find them. But those are some really good matches. Some good independent ones and some major companies sprinkled in there as well.
I mean, also, if you want a good WWE match to watch, this Friday they're doing a Triple H celebration. And a really good Triple H match I recently watched was No Way Out 2001. The 3 Stages of Hell match with Steve Austin and Triple H. That was a good one.
It's pretty good. Tim?
Nick?
I think that's going to do it, huh?
Yep.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much for tuning into tonight's show. I have been Nick. You can follow me on Twitter at ArmWeek21, and you can follow us on Twitter at PWU Unlimited. Tim? Where the fuck can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at TimmyBuddy. You can find me in a little bit on Twitch at twitch.tv/TimmyBuddy. I'll be playing probably Jackbox games tonight.
Play Valorant.
I might do both. Do some Jackbox first and then transition into Valorant.
I might hop into your Valorant, maybe.
We'll see. I was playing Valorant with my buddy last night. I haven't played it all today, but
I played a little bit today, actually.
The game's not bad. I like it.
It
takes a little getting used to because I'm used to playing Call of Duty where all guns have recoil. Then you get into Valorant and there's like very minimal, if any, recoil.
Oh, shut up. The spreads are insane.
Not for most guns.
Oh, for the good guns, the spreads are massive. You got to control them.
It's whatever.
Oh, my goodness. You've angered half.
Menhasim in the chat says, what kind of camera are you using? I'm just using a $50 Logitech C920. Also, I do have a couple text messages to read before we wrap this up. Person says, do you think we're going to get any more releases? I don't think so. I think we'll get more names maybe on the NXT side, but all the releases happened last week. Person says, your thoughts on AEW tomorrow? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. And this person says, I've been impulse buying on Amazon Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nice.
I have a lot of relationships, or I have a love-hate relationship for my Amazon account.
Respect. I understand, brother. My older roommate loves Yu-Gi-Oh! He has a lot of cards that are worth a lot of money. Thank you very much, folks. We'll see you guys next time. Call your mom. She probably misses you. Bye, folks.